Hello viewers, thank you for watching Tales of Life in Dubai and UAE. Today I'm in the capital city of the United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi, and I'm with a special guest, Ivan, who is a colleague. We worked together at some time, and we're together in Uganda, but now we all live in Dubai and work in Dubai. He has been here for more than 5 years, as he's going to tell us about his life and what he has done, what he's doing right now, and the way forward. We shall learn a lot about sports and balancing both professionalism, work, and also sports as a recreation and leisure time activity. So Ivan, please greet our viewers.
Thank you so much, Shaban, for this opportunity. Greetings to all viewers wherever you are. Thank God for this lovely day, and best wishes in all you endeavor to do every single day of your lives. So happy to be here to share some information with you and my expertise. Thank you once again.
Thanks so
Shaban.
much. I'd like to start by asking you, how long have you been in UAE, and how have you worked in only one emirate, or how many emirates have you worked in?
I've been in the UAE for 5 years and 3 months and 18 days. And I've worked in 2 Emirates, Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and I've had over 5 contracts.
Wow, that is a big portfolio.
Thank you.
And what are the different jobs you've done, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I've been a lifeguard, I've been a boat captain, I've been a tour guide, a sports coach, and a part-time athlete.
Wow, that is too much for one person.
Yeah.
Let's start maybe with a lifeguard job. Tell us, what does someone need to know if they want to become a lifeguard? What do they have to know about a lifeguard job?
A lifeguard is all about safety and the basics. Anyone can become a lifeguard, but it will be so handy if you have a swimming background, you're physically fit, you have a good eyesight and hearing. So these few qualities make you stand out of the crowd.
And you have to be sober all the time, because there's no chance for dozing. And
yes, you have to be super sober and alert, super vigilant, and this needs a certain level of discipline, because it takes long hours in a very varying environment, because winter is really cold and summer is really hot, so you have to be able to endure those extremes.
Okay. And what are the main challenges a lifeguard will find on duty?
Yeah, first and foremost is the weather. Summer here is super hot. You're expecting temperatures varying from 50 degrees Celsius plus or minus, and winter can go all the way to 17. So
to direct extremes.
Yes, these are the extremes. It's really cold if you're not used to it, and since we come from the tropical land, it's quite a challenge. Okay. And secondly, you find the challenges which come with dealing with people a lot. It's beyond the list. But trust me, if you know how to deal with people, you might find a way. Yes. Okay. But if you don't know, you need to improve on that skill, probably.
And what are some of the training someone will go through before they can become a lifeguard? Is there any certification, and will it expire at some point, or it's a lifetime certification?
Certifications vary widely, but there are those approved by the government of the United Arab Emirates. So those, some are international and some you have to get here. Like personally, I got one from Dubai, from a company called Fast Security Group. It took us 2 days, of which you study the theory part of it for 1 full day, and you go for the practical part of it for another full day. And anyone can go for it, but trust me, you need to pass both to be able to get the license. You don't need it in advance. If you get opportunity to join before you get it, it's more advisable. But if you feel you qualify to get it before you even land a job, it will be an advantage.
Then you start applying for the jobs.
Yes, please.
Okay. What about other activities you do apart from, now you're not a lifeguard anymore? What else do you do now at the moment?
Now I'm a boat captain, a certified boat captain. I coach swimming, water sports in general, like wakeboarding, wake surfing, skiing, all the towables. I do running, and I do tours, like I'll take you to wadis, I'll give you support. I know how the system works.
How do you find time for all this? It's not one person to do all this. It's not possible. How do you do that?
Yeah, usually when you love something, you have to create time for it, no matter the odds. And the sacrifice you give in should always pay you back. So
Sure.
in my capacity, I can multitask to begin with, and I can sacrifice to get whatever I need. And trust me, I do find the time to get it. I give running and swimming coaching most of my time, running training and swimming coaching most of my time. And it's a full day program because you need to ensure you have maximum hours in the day without draining your battery.
True.
So finding
Running
the
can be
balance
draining.
is quite tricky, but it's possible.
I want to take you back a little bit on the lifeguard job.
Yes.
There are several challenges apart from weather that you may find, maybe dealing with customers. Have you ever encountered a customer who's a bit challenging, who is not easy to deal with? If you can give
Yes.
us any scenario.
Couple of scenarios. I'll start with people who don't know the concept of how the water environment works. Like since it's all about safety, so anything which is bringing about a safety question has to be addressed. Like some people, we analyze the people's capabilities. Like you can come, I can see if you're a good swimmer or a non-swimmer. So if I see you a non-swimmer, and initially the people come to have fun, and you're there to protect them. So a non-swimmer will come to the pool wanting to swim at the deep side. There's no other way apart from refusing them to go there in a polite way,
Yes.
of course. But polite is one-sided in this scenario, because for you, you'll be as polite as possible, but for them, they'll be like,
If
it's
they're
a
the
no.
customer, they paid for the service, they expect to do anything they
Yes,
want.
and customers have this, a customer is the king, so you never say no to the customer, but for safety purposes, there should be a no. So there's always a mixed reaction on a no. Then some other times you have to cross the facilities because of the standards of the property or the weather conditions. So if such extremes do happen and people are still having fun, you have to go out of the bracket to be able to stop them.
Okay.
Yes.
Just before we leave the lifeguard job and the challenges, if someone is just starting as a lifeguard today or this week, they are new to the job, what tips would you give them? Or someone who wants to join this lifeguard job, what tips would you give them? A few tips to get them started well.
Yeah, first and foremost, if you're there dreaming of becoming a lifeguard, it's a very good venture. But like any other job, it comes with the challenges. So you need to prepare yourself. I would highly recommend, if you don't know how to swim, buy some time, do some swimming before, make a nice CV, train your skills of socializing with people, then be flexible with your expectations. Like don't expect too much and don't expect too little, and be in position to learn. Most people will be like, okay, I know this, I don't want to change. So
They don't want to
shouldn't be
try
this
something different.
Yes, you shouldn't be this kind of person. But it's a good venture. Try with the swimming, tick. If possible, get volunteer to be around the swimming environment. Go there, see the challenges they face beforehand. Or even if you don't get the opportunity, but try. Check out on YouTube, try to see anything possible.
And I know there are some basic requirements before you can even go for the training. I think a distance you can swim and
Yes.
something like that. Any specific
Yeah,
qualifications?
true. So in my case, the required distance was 200 meters for both front crawl, backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly. So they want to see if you can do any of these proper recognized swimming strokes, and for a distance of 200 meters.
That's minimum endurance at least.
Yeah, minimum endurance. And the worst can be if it's timed. If it's not timed, that's fine. But if they say within 4 minutes,
Then
you need to have to train.
Yeah.
Yes, for that.
And then I think there's a speed test of finishing 50 meters in 1 minute. It used to be
Yes, you have to sprint 50 meters in 1 minute, And this 50 meters depends. It can be open water swimming, and most of us are not familiar with the open water.
Yes, and salty water.
Yeah, salty water. So you have to endure the pain. But it's all fruitful. Don't worry about it. All you need to do, go to the pool, bang those 200s or more
and a
or
little bit
less.
of trading also for maybe 2 minutes. That is also required.
You need trade with your hands outside the water.
Yes.
And
balancing only on your
for
legs.
2 minutes. And you need to be able to go on the bottom of the pool and get a weighted material from the floor all the way and
It's
retrieve
about
it
20
to the
kilograms,
bottom.
I think.
Yes.
Okay.
20 or more.
I wanted also to know, how did you get into the boats and the water sports? Like, do you get any training? Do you get certification to start leading these boats?
Yeah, in my case, I didn't get the certification beforehand, but I sacrificed for the certification. So it's like I can relate it to someone having something which you don't have, but you really need it. So if you get that opportunity, you're willing to do whatever it takes to land the opportunity. Or you go to school, get the certificates, and look for the job, the particular job. So for my case, I did the longer perspective. I went to the owners, told them, okay, I'm willing to learn. They gave me their conditions. I had to follow the conditions, and I did my best once I was given the opportunity to be the best of the best in the field.
Okay.
And I landed it.
And now you have a certification.
Yeah, thank God for that.
That's good. And what services do you have? If someone wants to know the services they can get from you, what are the services you can give, and how do they get the services?
Yeah, usually people can come beforehand to the base. They can book online. They can use any social platform to reach us. So we do boat cruising around the mangroves, like where we are now. And we do wakeboarding coaching, we do wake surfing, we do water skiing, we do towables, and we do like SUP, which is stand-up paddling, we do kayaking, and anything to do with water sports. You ask for it, we give it.
And who are your main clients? Is it only tourists or residents within UAE? And who are the clients, most clients that we get?
We don't have a specific niche, so
anyone is.
Yeah, anyone is welcome, regardless of your swimming background, because we're safety first. So we tend to cater for everything beforehand.
And what is the website that people should visit?
You can email me on ivanjuchi@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Or
I'll
you
put
can
that email
follow-
address in the description. Someone can easily get it if they need to
Yes.
contact you.
Very good. Or you can follow me on my social media platforms like Ivan Juchi on Facebook and Instagram as well. So if you send me a personal message, I can always go through. I can give you the required info.
So apart from boating, you do coaching for swimming, coaching for athletes, you do fitness training. Is it the same ways people can contact you for all this?
Yes, it's very handy. Thank you.
And how long have you been a swimmer? Because I think you saw around swimming, water and everything. How long have you been into this? And what motivated you to get into swimming and water sports?
I've been a swimmer since 2011, if I can remember. But far back, I tried to be like any other swimmer. But once you become a real swimmer, you understand not everybody who swims is a swimmer.
Yes.
So if you're talking of that competitive swimmer, it's 2011 onwards. But if the normal swimmer,
It's a long way back.
yeah, long way back a little bit. So I started with my cousins, long way back. Then with the professional swimming, I started with Makerere University swimming team. But before I even joined the team, there's the general community of Salongo,
Yes, that's where we all started, yeah.
guys, Salongo and Chagulanyi,
Had a big
Mosaic
team
Lim, a lot, a big group, and you. And he's the big motivator for that. So if you have anything, any question related to that, he's the
Swimming
right guy.
was our sport those days when we
Yes.
still had the energy and the endurance. I'm
And the
getting
best
out of it
people
a
out
bit,
there.
but I still have a little left in me.
Yeah, that's the best sport out there. So
And when did you get this interest for the boats? Because in Uganda, there's something about boats now. With the accidents that are happening, many people wouldn't like to come anywhere close to water.
true.
So when did you get this interest in the boats?
Yeah, so once you're a swimmer, it's a complete package. It starts with the basics: swimming, But water has more than swimming, so it has the boating, the other
Skiing.
non-motorized sports and motorized sports. So if you wanna get the complete package, you wanna try anything to
Anything on
do
water.
with water. So I was fortunate enough and adventurous enough to find out, because I believe most people, we fear this stuff. We find it very expensive. We tend to think it's not our thing.
Even awareness, we don't know where to find it.
Yeah,
There
we
are many
don't know
people who
where
don't
to
know
find it.
us.
We fear the marinas. We tend to think it's for another group of individuals. No, everybody is free. The world is fair enough. You can get wherever you want, so don't fear. Just go there, ask out, but be in position to learn from zero.
Water can be very fun and a best place to chill out. Again, but it can be also dangerous.
True.
So how do you ensure that people are safe if they come to your boats or they come for your swimming training? What measures are you putting to ensure that people are safe and the sport is safe?
Yeah, one word of advice to anybody out there. First, water is not a joking subject.
True.
Let's put it that way. Everybody will understand that. But if you follow those people who have the idea about water,
Safety in water.
yeah, chances are high, with God's grace, all will go as planned. Like if you go to a swimming pool, just take your time to listen to whatever the lifeguard says. It's for your own safety. If you come to the boat, in this case, we will brief you shortly. We will we have life vests, we have the life rings like this one here. All these are safety tools, approved, certified, and we know how to use them. If we need an extra hand, we always brief you through the whole process, and your challenge just to follow.
Okay.
Yes.
If you can describe for us, because I see you have a lot of activities in the day. How do you start your day and how do you end it on a normal working day?
No more working. That's a very.
What time do you wake up? What time do you sleep? Because I think your day should be stretched for more than 24 hours. Maybe it's 28 hours, not like a normal day.
Sometimes feels like, but usually every day is 24 hours. So it's as we said earlier, it's all about sacrifice. Sometimes I have long days, sometimes I have super short days. But on average, I can wake up as early as 5 a.m. So
That's
we go, yeah, you do your personal training because you want to improve something. You want to, I'm not where I want to be, but at least I'm trying to get to where I want to be.
Okay.
So you wake up as early as 5, do your personal running or swimming. Is not, it's too early for swimming. Then you can do a run. If you finish around 6, some pools are open, you can go for a swim. Then if you have a booking beforehand, because you have to plan your bookings a week before if possible, or a day before. You don't want surprises on the same day, but if they happen, you need to be flexible enough to find how to fix them. So you plan your day beforehand, then you make sure you execute everything to perfection, because if you fail that, then you're a disappointment to the customers or to yourself.
So then you end your day at about what time? Like if it's late, what would be the time?
Yeah, for all the water sports activities, it's ideal. Apart from the swimming pool, it's ideal to finish by around 6 or sunset, or 7. Sometimes here in winter it gets a little longer than normal. Then for running, until 10 is perfect, and for yourself until midnight is just good.
Now, at this point, I'm trying to get confused.
Yeah.
And I need you to help me.
Okay.
Many people do all these activities as their leisure time. Swimming, that's what I do when I have my day off. Running, all this would be what I would do if I'm off, if I have free time. What do you do for your free time? Because you're doing all this daily. So what else do you have for free time?
That's a funny one, but
You're confused because this is what I do if I'm free, if I'm not working. So do you have anything left to do if you're not working?
This is like from a sportsman. Once you're a sportsman, every day is a fun day. Yeah, your life is all about sports. The extra you can do is visit attractions. Like here, there's tons of attractions. There's
Exhibitions,
marina, wild, but some are filled with water again, and no more rides. But we try whatever is taking you to the people. You wanna do that. Try to stay with the people.
Socialize,
yeah, go to desert safaris. I can go to community events, which I don't consider as how I spend my free time. I find it like another training ground.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's a bit tricky, but every day is
It's a fun day.
is a fun day for us.
That's
Just go out, do whatever you love, and stay happy.
in terms of nutrition, because your activities are so draining, you need to recharge, you need to put back that energy. Do you have any supplements, or how do you get your body to keep the energy and keep moving on?
First is with God's grace. That's the best answer I can give. But there are basic rules regarding your body and nutrition. General rule of thumb before sports. This is not fully scientifically proven, but it works for me.
Okay.
You want to load the carbs before any workouts to give you the strength. And you want to load the protein and all the other nutrition supplements like potassium, sodium, whatever the case is. There are a lot of them after the workouts to be able to build the muscles and to aid recovery. So this is the simplest equation you can have. So what you have to do more is to research what brings carbs in the body, what brings protein in the body, what brings this and that in the body, and also the load. If you're gonna work out for an hour plus, you need some aid within your workouts, not to overstrain the body or not to over tap into your reserves. So you want to be rehydrating or supplying every 30 minutes of workouts. Anything shorter than that is just fine to go plain.
And I would like to know what keeps you waking up and working. What motivates you? Like every day you feel like I'm ready to go. Every day you wake up and say I'm ready to go. What motivates you? Where do you get your motivation?
It's a mind game, trust me. So if you love something, you will always be happy to go and do it again. And some dreams, like the people who were there before us, like Shaban is right here, is a living example. Before we came here, we saw from him, because he was always happy. We're like, what motivates him to keep going? So if you have some examples, you don't need others, you don't need to wait for others to motivate you. Starts with you. Just give your best. Yes, if it works out or not, it's just another day. Take it like that and live life. Life has to continue. Yeah, with God's grace.
Now, this program is mainly about motivating and inspiring people. So I would like you to just give a word or two to people who have just joined UAE or people planning to come to UAE. What kind of motivation do you give them? What do you want to tell them so that they can get that motivation and keep on going?
First and foremost, I want to welcome you to the UAE and remind you that this is a land of opportunities, but you need to be composed in order to tap out on all those resources and opportunities. First and foremost, you need to trust God, trust yourself, and be able to be flexible. Like put your expectations in a flexible position. I won't say put them low or super high, because everyone thinks this is a big economy, I'm gonna make it big. They don't expect any challenges,
any setbacks.
Yeah, any setbacks. But in life, let me say we come here when we are over 20 or something like 18, chances are high. But just make a flashback in those 18 years of yours. What have you been doing? So life is not gonna change much, but you can try to change it. Okay, it won't come in a day or two, but with composure, focus, treating everything with diligence, and trying your best to improve whatever you didn't manage to do home. If you studied something, I'm not telling you to go to school, but try to improve on your other skills.
Learn anything,
yeah,
any skill.
Yeah, and here is we are so fortunate that's multicultural environment. You meet people from every nationality, so use that to learn what they know, which you don't know, and share what you know with them. Iron sharpens iron, and we'll just keep growing. But never give up. Never ever give up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for this very informative interview. I believe viewers will pick something from it, and in case they need to get to you, I'll put the description. In the description, I'll put all the contacts, all your social media leads. They can go to that and get in touch with you for any more information. Maybe sometime before the end of this year or in the few months to come, we shall try to get you in your work when we can have some time on the boats, on the different sporting activities. You talked of last time we talked about extreme sports. So if you can take us through that also, we can get some time next week or maybe in a month's time, so that we can have some time with that.
Yeah, with God's grace, I'll be more than happy to take you through the whole process.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, Shaban. Thank you so much.